Morning, guys. Welcome to Words from a Friend podcast. I'm your host, Marty Carey, and this is the podcast that follows my book, Words from a Friend, a daily guide to a purposeful life. It's available at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. We're on a 365-day inner journey together, so happy and grateful to have you along. We're on day 144 of that journey. Today's message is the vibe of your home. The vibe of your home. Did you think your home has a vibe? It does. Your home has a vibe, and it's changeable if it's not a great one right now. It's absolutely changeable because you are, and you're the one that's creating it. It goes like this. This is an important one to recognize, as it is something that either creates a loving, warm sanctuary, or it could be a negative vortex filled with anger, judgment, yelling, and disharmony. Many live somewhere in the middle or even lower on the scale. There's a scale, there's a vibratory scale, right? And so we can move up that scale because we are the vibration itself. We're the energy itself. So we have, when we take command of our own ship, and we realize that we have the choice. It is actually a choice of which energy we're going to live in and emanate. Well, then our lives change. We've taken command. We've taken command, and we've taken God up on his offer. Hey, remember me. I'm the one that created you. Wake up. Let's do some good stuff together. Let's do some good stuff, right? That's your relationship with God. Everybody thinks God is ready just to throw a lightning bolt at him, but honestly, it's just, it's like the relationship with a great mom and dad all mixed up into one. That unconditional love, unconditional, wants the best for you, just like loving parents in one beautiful energy of oneness. So we're part of that. And we have the ability to shift in and out of that. And we've been doing it unconsciously for so long because we've never been told. We've never been told who we really are. So it's like this stuff you got to find on your own, right? It's like this podcast, This is maybe the first time you're ever hearing this stuff. And you're like, what's he talking about? I'm talking about the truth. I'm talking about the truth of who you are under that meat suit you look in the mirror at every day. You got to love that meat suit too. That's your vehicle. That's your spaceship for while you're here on planet Earth. So be good to it, all right? And be good to your home as well, wherever you are. That home is your sanctuary. But we're going to get to that. This is why it's a must to step back and analyze the energy of your surroundings. This place we choose to call home for a little while, Every home has a vibe. It's more of a feeling than what you would use your 5 physical senses to detect. When you're in tune with your own energy, you're able to better feel the vibe of your home and what everyone in your home is bringing to that vibe, into that table, right? What are you pushing in there? What are you giving? What are you giving off, right? Are you aware of what you're giving off? Are you aware of what you're giving? Are you aware of what you're bringing to the table? Because it matters. It matters. Your energy is the decider of what the atmosphere is going to be. So what do you want? What do you want is always the question. Well, you're the deliverer of it. You're the magician of it. Never forget that. You wield that energy of yours correctly. You have a great life. You have a great life. Not that stuff doesn't happen that you don't like, but you're going to use that same energy to dissolve the negative, glean the gold, and move forward with that. That's what we do. That's spiritual warrior stuff, going through it, slaying what needs to be slayed in the darkness, coming out with more light, okay? And that's really what it's all about here. If you were to describe the energy within your home, what would it be? Would it be loving, kind, warm, or chaotic, nervous, and angry, like walking on eggshells? Well, it's usually a mixed bag, but I assure you there's a dominant energy that prevails. What's the dominant energy? Who's the straw that's stirring that drink in your household? Well, if it's you, well, then you got to watch what you're wielding around with others because you want that same back from them. So if you're going to be that storm all the time in your home, you're just going to create storms. That's what it is. But if you're going to be the sunshine in your house and you're going to create sunshine and peace, well, then that's what will transpire too. You're just like the dog whisperer. You bring your energy to what your house wants to be, right? And you can create a beautiful, loving sanctuary. Don't you want to come home from whatever you're doing to that beautiful energy, the sanctuary? I call it my Shangri-La. I create my Shangri-La because that's where I'm spending a lot of my time. I want it to be a great one. I want to look around and go, yeah, everything's in place. Everything's nice because that's the way You want it. You want the energy good. You want it open and airy. You don't want it cluttered and all a bunch of stuff around you, that you're hoarding onto because you haven't filled some hole in here that you haven't recognized is actually you and your soul going, hey, man, there's more than stuff. There's way more than stuff. Clear out this stuff. Get some space going on in you. Make sure your atmosphere is nice and that sanctuary is open, right? Like you are becoming open. And you'll see it matters. Man, does it matter. And energy matters because you're it. And which one you choose to be, what you choose to emanate is what you will live in, my friends. So the good news is that once you recognize the difference in these, I'm sorry. This is also true if you've been or are currently living in an angry household filled with fear, anxiety, and low energy. You feel it to your core either way, and one produces life while the other is just a nervous, joyless existence. The good news is that once you recognize the difference in these polar opposites and you decide to become the change you want to see in your own home, well, you have chosen to be the light. You've chosen the cure. You're it. And you are it. Be courageous in making the light the dominant force in you. And it will be the dominant force wherever you go. It will be your creative force, one filled with light. So your home, well, your home is your nest. So you want that filled with light as well. So you got to bring that. You got to bring that calm. Make it a calm household. Calm, because really what we're trying to do, unless you get back to that center of yours, you're not going to know all of you. Yeah, you got to dig out some stuff that you didn't like that you've done in the past, and you got to throw that out, and you got to forgive yourself. And if there's amends you can make, you make them, and you clean the house. And your outside house, the one that you're actually living in the physical world, will reflect that, will reflect what you've cleaned out in here. Your space will get more beautiful because you'll feel more beautiful inside and about your life. So the space you live in will also matter. It'll be a reflection of that. It'll be a reflection of that. So, like the Chinese proverb says, a house done, man die. This house isn't done. We're always a work in progress. Like I said the other day, a house is always a work in progress while you're here. That's our job. We came here to build our house. We came here to forget who we are and build it back from scratch with the same thing we're created of, the same thing we're created with, and the same thing everyone outside of you is created with. So when we use that and other people are getting that transmission back and forth, that's the good stuff, baby. That's the good stuff. Chill, cool, fun, laughter-filled, remembering that we're all that. Well, if you have a tribe of that, you are blessed indeed. Everybody's just chill. Nobody's bringing drama to the set, just because they haven't learned to center themselves and recognize that is not what we're seeking. We're seeking the calm answers, the good answers, bringing in the good stuff. It's all the same thing. It's all about energy. And so learning about your own energy is step number one, right? Know thyself, knowing thy own energy and what it brings to the table of the world. What are you bringing to this place? Not what are you getting from this place? What are you going to get from this place? Things. Yeah, well, you don't take things back home with you. Things are great. Well, while you're here, things are great. Okay. But, you're not the thing you see in the mirror. You're not that thing you see in the mirror. Only temporary is that thing here. You're housing the real thing. The thing you see in the mirror is housing the real thing that is you. Okay. Wielding that power is a much different life. It's a much different life. So, and raising your family in that light and having friends that understand that this is where we want to be and this is the vibe we want to live in. Well, man, you've just created a great world for yourself. You created a great human vibe. You got a great human tribe, and you're expanding and you're growing and you seek it, and you not only seek it, but you allow it, even those uncomfortable steps that you have to take to the next level of who you are. That's it. So it's uncomfortable being a human because we're eternal beings of light, and human is a dense, Earth is a dense place. So it's challenging. It's challenging until you remember who you are and you go, okay, Right. These challenges are not as what I thought they were. So, and I wield my light to them. Yeah, okay. They may be uncomfortable, but I'm going to wield that and I'm going to slash them to and fro. You know what I mean? So more light can come in. Get out. Get off my ship, you barnacles. Shuck them off. Shuck them off what no longer belongs. And let the light in, baby. Let it in. Okay. So when you make the life choice to improve yourself and the vibe you give off, your home will begin to shift as well. You can never go back, and you never give in to lower energies within your home. You must be vigilant, steadfast, and determined to bring light into your home as a dominant force. Low energy cannot and will not survive if you do this. Things will change for you, and there will be some low energy vibes trying to climb back into the driver's seat, but light always wins. Light always wins in the end. It will become an easy choice to make as you put the time and effort in. Well, that's the courage just to move on from things that just don't deserve that place in your life. The chaos and the just stuff that doesn't, kind of just isn't compatible with your new vibe, isn't compatible with it. And it's not that it's, everybody each to their own. It's just I'm kind of not feeling that. I'm feeling this. And this is what I want to move with. This is what I'm attracted to. And it's pulling me. And it's something that's really good. So I'm going. I'm saying yes because it's a God plan. And I can feel that. Right? That's where you feel it. That's where you feel God's plan is right here. It will keep pulling you. It will keep calling you until you start going, all right, already, I'll do it. I even had resistance when I was writing this book. I had resistance in there. It's like, all right, it was like homework when I was doing it and writing it. It wasn't like homework at all. It was like flowing out every day, just as posts on Facebook, flowing, man. I felt it. And anytime anything came into my head, I would pull over the car and I'd just type with these thumbs on that phone and I would share it. But that what happened over time is that just started retraining from what isn't true to remembrance of what is true. Right. And we can all do that. We can all do that. So it is just a choice. It is a daily choice that you keep making every single day until you go, oh man, why would I live that old way? Why would I do that? Why would I go back to that? Well, you don't. You really don't. It's not as if you don't give that past your love because it taught you so many things, but you're moving on. You're moving on. But resistance to that and to God's plan, it was like this became homework when my wife Jan would go, Marty, you have to finish the CTA for that. So Pam and the girls can get the book finished. And I'm like, but I gotta go mow the lawns at Crooked Lake. And she's like, just write the CTA. And I'm like, and I didn't feel like I had 10 minutes to sit down, let my soul settle and tune into that and write the end of the passage. But then when I gave myself to it, I go, well, that lawn can wait. This is so much better. This is so much bigger than that. It's so much more important than that. I'll get that done. I will get that done, but I got to give myself this time and this space because God's calling is bigger than that. God's calling is bigger than that. And he wants me to share that. Wanted me to share that with all of you so you too can remember. So it was more important than the lawn at Crooked Lake. Although I love keeping that lawn at Crooked Lake primo Americano, right? Because that too has its vibe. Crooked Lake House, if you've never been there, you're local. When we do events out summertime, please come out. And wintertime, we do winter dining. You got to see this place. You got to feel it. It feels like you've stepped back in time to the 1940s, man. And it is. It's where all the big bands played. Tommy Dorsey and Benny Goodman and Glenn Miller, Guy Lombardo. Teddy Roosevelt's summer home for 4 years when he was governor. I mean, it was just incredible stuff. And when you walk in there, boy, if you're a vibe feeler, you're going to feel it when you come in. You're going, man, these places just don't exist anymore. They just don't exist. And we're so blessed that we have this time capsule and that it offers people so much. We do about 80 weddings a year there, and it's just a place for smiles and the best vibe ever. So, but that vibe of that place was there because it was a place that was always a place of celebration, place of celebration and good times and friendship. And even though the mobsters played cards there, Legs Diamond and the gangsters played cards there in the basement during Prohibition, because there's lots of moonshiners up in that area. They come up for their moonshine and bring it downstate. So many stories, so much history in one place, right? But everyone and everything has a story to it, including you. And we are each a story that writes itself. But when we're conscious about writing, we write a great one. We write a great one on purpose, with intention of leaving a great story behind, and one that our kids can say, oh, I'm going to create a great story too, of my very own, with that same energy of can do, with the same Godspeed that I've been given as a gift to come here and use. Okay. Different way of living, my friends. Different way of creating altogether. You're a creator. Get great at it. Get great at it in your own favor. And those around you, you'll never regret that. That will always be a great purpose to have. Wielding light. That's what you're here for. Okay? So low energy will not survive if you do this. Things will change for you, and there'll be some low energy vibes trying to climb back in. It will become an easy choice to make and put the time and effort in. Most give in to the ego and become its voice way too easily. Well, that's the easiest thing to do here, is argue, complain, and just berate and devalue people and put other people down to make us feel bigger in this human world, which is just ridiculous. Everybody has their own magic. And you'll only be envious of others or jealous and fall into those lower energies if you're not traveling your own journey. If don't have your eyes focused on your own, but you're watching others do it. You didn't come here to watch others. You came here to do it yourself. You came here to be that yourself. So you be your own hero and move back home. Move back home and wield from here. All right? Create from there. Okay, the thoughts of your lower mind will give way, and you'll be verbalizing it and then acting it out with disturbing tone, delivering the message. This disrupts your life force of good energy for as many times per day as you allow it, right? When you finally realize that this negative energy and mindset never brings you anything good, you'll choose change because you have to. Once you realize your thoughts become the things of your life, your thoughts become your words become your actions become the creation of everything. So good intention, good heart is going to get you so much farther in life than that ever wielding that ego around. Has no place in this new world. Has no place in this new world. So know thyself and grow thyself. That's the key. CTA. Wait, I didn't finish. This is one great little ending line. When you finally realize that this energy and mindset never brings you anything good, you'll choose change. This change will be your purpose and your true path. Follow it and live in it your own unique way. Your way. Your own unique way. You're an artist in your own right, with your own ideas and the things that God wants to bring specifically through you. Through you. Okay? Stop gazing at other people. You can look at them for inspiration and say, they're doing what I like to do. Great. Get some ideas from there, but do it your way. Just like being a musician. There's a million other musicians out there, but none just like you. You got a particular song to sing. And that's in any area of life, not just music. Your specific song to sing and whatever it is that moves you. All right? So sing that song. Like Wayne Dyer, the famous Wayne Dyer. My friend and mentor, Wayne Dyer, on the other side. Never let your music die inside of you. You're here to give it. You're here to live it. Okay. So follow it and live it in your own unique way. And this is also known as a life well lived. A life well lived. It's what you're here for. Okay? Do it well. Do it well. Well, you have to do it well. You'll have to do it from the deep well that's in here. Your ancestors put a lot of great stuff in there for you. It's in there. Let it out. CTA today, become aware of the general vibe of your home. How would you describe it? Maybe a friend whom you can trust and give you an outside perspective. You'll know in your heart what the truth is. Use this truth as your launching pad for positive change. It's all an inner look. It's all an inner look, but know that the vibe of your home follows your vibe, and the lead vibe of the home. Who's the lead vibe in that home of yours? Okay, and if you're it, recognize, because I've grown up and seen lots of friends and their households and how their parents were and all this stuff, and everybody was just growing up when we were kids. The parents were young, they were in their 20s, so it was like they're just doing it the way their parents told them how to do it. So there was lots of in those days, lots of fathers that were just like, man, they were something, and a lot of it was just different. It was a lot different. But no one ever concentrated on the energy of themselves or their home then. It was just what they learned and what they knew. But when we know better, we can do better. We can create better. We can create better homes. Not where everybody's walking on eggshells, but where everyone's walking on inner confidence. No arrogance, inner confidence of knowing where everybody comes from, that everyone's here to give, everyone's here on purpose, with a purpose. And your purpose is to shine. And whatever comes out of you in that shine is what you're meant to do and expand here. So you're going to find all of that in here. It's in here. Don't let your ego take control of that stuff. Let the river flow. Let that river of creativity flow and be goodness in all of it. Because everyone outside of you is just you in a different disguise in sorts. In that we're all from the same place. And when we go home, we recognize each other on that level. But we can recognize each other on that level here, while we're here in these suits. Okay? So do some more of that recognizing of yourself today and recognize that light in others. And you can't get it wrong. Watch what happens. Much love, guys. See you tomorrow.